ndị be anyị kedekwanụ m unu. Anyị sị ka ọ mara na anyị na mma, anyị sị ka nkonye chikwado ya zerụkwa dịka o si dị. Ya bụ Eastern News 24. Anyị si wee na-wetara ya bụ ozi unu na-anụ n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị uruchi nke taa, dịka o si ada wee na-akpọtụ n'ebe dị iche iche n'obodo anyị nọ n'ime ya. News anyị wetara n'ụbọchị nke taa bụ according to the Biafran activist wetara ya bụ ozi as he quote, "Big win to the people of Biafra. Ordered man Simon Ekpa release gained momentum as Finnish government blocked Foreign Minister Bianca Ojukwu." Hear the news in details. All right, according to update with the Nubosin Ketabo, no good news go on an Igbo. Again, here yabo Biafran activist with the line Igbo Mastamaka update on Biafran Prime Minister. Diki Gesiabi Fibio Kabalo, Kede Atiani Fogu. Over to you, sir.
In Finland, there is rumble and helter skelter in Finland as the Finnish government has blocked the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Bianca Ojukwu, not to bring any petition down to Finland. There are rumors that Bianca has petitioned the Finnish government again to secretly extradite Saman, but the Finnish government has blocked that move again. After the one she did failed, she's doing everything now. The Finnish government has blocked her from anything that has to do with Saman case, saying she is not a party to Ekpa's case. Pastor, Biafra evangelist, how can you react to this, sir?
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're watching us from. I remain one and the only Benjamin Johnson Ezisnachi, aka one and the only Biafran evangelist. My beloved brother, saga never starts.
Saga never starts.
Saga, you never start, you just want to start. See, there is a level whereby you raise a small child, something. What belongs to a child, you raise it up. Time will come when hand go pay you, then you bring it down and hand it over to him. And if you keep raising it up, that child, a day will come, the child will grow up to the height of your hand, and he will collect it by fire, by force. As it's going now in Finnish government, the Finnish government is in a helter-skelter stage. Why? Because the heat is coming from foreign entity now. I am talking, as I'm talking to you, in America, either this Saturday, there is going to be a massive protest in Washington, D.C. A massive protest regard to the kidnapping of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu case and the illegal arrest of Saman Ekpa, Mazi Saman Ekpa. Are you hearing me? So all those illegality acts that is coming from Nigeria is going to be, sized up. That is why you see the Finnish government are doing what? They are running away from anything that will hook them up. And currently now, as I speak to you, Europe now have been allowed now use your money, use what you get to buy arms under NATO. Under NATO now. It is no longer American NATO affair. It is now America on their own. Europe, you are on your own. Use what you have to get what you want. So every state in Europe now is wising up to tight up, and anything that will cripple them economically and cripple them politically and cripple them as a nation internationally, globally, they have to do what? Shovel it.
But sir, what does Bianca Ojukwu want? She perpetrated in the arrest, illegal arrest of Saman Ekpa, and now she moved for the extradition. That was in March or April. It was blocked, and now she's moving secretly. Is it that the assignment given to her was to bring Saman Ekpa back to Nigeria?
That was what she signed, and that was the purpose of her appointment by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Remember that Bola Ahmed Tinubu was part of the people who planned to kidnap Mazen Nnamdi Kanu.
Who planned?
Yes. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu was part of the people who bribed Alexandra Stop to arrest Mazi Saman Ekpa. Even when what he was doing was his fundamental rights. Even when what he was doing, that them that are the Finnish government, they did it to gain their own independence from the hands of the Russians. Now they have forgotten so soon that what we the Biafrans are going through now, that they once passed through it.
The ones passed through it.
Yes, because of what? The kind of criminal they have in the Finnish government. Parliament as what? As a prime minister, as a president, Alexander Stubb is a criminal.
That's, is it not a word?
It is not a word, because it takes a criminal to partner with a criminal. When I was telling you about Kenya case regarding their partnership with Nigeria to Kinama and the Kanu, you people never believed me until now. Of which at the end of the day, time is coming and day is coming. Soon or later, you will see the same Alexander Stubb coming back to say, I am sorry. But for partaking in detention of Simon Ekpa.
But Sir Pastor, now the Finnish government is blocking her now. Don't you think that is a welcome development?
It is a welcome development. The Finnish government law, constitution, is what is blocking her. Okay, and her evil, not the sitting president himself. Okay, it's yes, let alone the sitting president. He will even ask Nigeria to allow him to. He will keep Simon Ekpa by himself because of the oil and contract that Nigeria have agreement that they have signed together. But
you keep saying this oil contract. What contract? Like,
listen to me. They are soaking Nigerian oil. They are soaking the oil that God has blessed Biafra with. That is the oil that Finnish government. See, there is no country that is not interested in oil. And no country that you give oil where that will not be happy. Do you know how much is per barrel? Do you think that if the British had known that this oil will continue to flow up till today, do you think that they will give Nigeria independence?
Not at all.
They wouldn't have done that.
Oily.
Yes, they would have waited for a while to soak it very well and to enjoy it before handing it over to Nigeria. So they are regretting it. Why is it that the Burkina Faso and other African countries today are having serious issue with the France? Because France have discovered, France is waiting to make sure that they dry every mineral resources that God has blessed every African country which they colonize. They dry it up before they can automatically hands off. That is why they are trying to kill somebody like Captain Ibrahim Traore, because this one has woken up to block them before the circuit finish. You understand? So that is the bacteria agreement that the Nigeria had with the Finnish government, the present president now, and that was what is, making his head to grow up. Russia was the one supplying them gas and so many resources, which Russia now is cutting off from the Europeans. Do you understand? So that is why they are making sure that Nigeria, any offer that Nigeria come up with, they are ready to abide by it in order to enjoy this oil of a thing.
But Sir Pastor, what does Bianca Ojukwu really want? Does she want to, sorry sir, does it just because of her own selfish interest want to kill an ideology for who is over 54 years?
Yes, she, as a result of her selfishness and self-interest and self-greed, you understand? Okay. Because it takes a greedy person to match up with a greedy person. So being a greedy president gave a greedy woman an appointment, assignment.
Which president?
Bola Ahmed Tinubu now. Okay. Don't you see the way he's running his own system of government with the greediness? Are you hearing me? That's why he appointed Bianca, a greedy woman, and that Bianca was not a wife to let Jim Ojukwu during the war. So if you are to talk about the mother of the Biafra, Bianca is not supposed to be there. Neither will she be included.
Why? But
she married
Osia as the face of the Biafra.
No.
She's as the face of Biafra.
She was not.
She's not.
Yeah, she's not, and she can never be. By their fruits, you know them. Okay. We wanted to include her, to give her the respect that her late husband gave to her. But you can see it now, she has messed it up. The same way her father, you understand, was against the Biafra ambition under the time of Ojukwu.
Okay, Bianca's father.
Yes, Bianca's father.
Interesting.
Are you getting it? So the same spirit that will enter Bianca, she herself decided to play along with the spirit of her father. Going against the Biafra, anything regard to Biafra. That is why you see her making sure. Don't be surprised that she was included or part of the people that partner the group that Namazen Namdekano. Don't be surprised. Secretly, because you can see what is happening now in case of Saman Ekpa. If truly she is a mother of Biafra, a mother indeed of Biafra, will she have ever for the first time accept the offer from this criminal government? She wouldn't have.
If she has that ideology.
Yes, if she has that love as a mother. Don't you see a woman, somebody like Ngozi or Abuese, don't you see what she's doing? Are you trying to tell me that Nigeria have never tried to extend the hand to her and she turned it down? Are you trying to tell me that Nigeria have not extended hand with Mazen Namdekano and he turned it down? Are you trying to tell me that Nigeria have not extended hand to Saman Ekpa? Even though they are in the custody of the Finnish government and Nigerian government, they are still trying to have a negotiation, anything offer given to them if they can welcome me to drop this agitation. But they stood on their ground. That is the fathers and that their mothers. But instead of Bianca Ojukwu to take this step, because it was the ideology, even the vision of her late husband, at least to use it to respect that man. But instead of her doing that, did you know what happened? She turned it down and began to play along with the enemies of Biafra. Now they now use her as an instrument against Saman Ekpa to make sure that she do what? She kill the zeal and the spirit, the ideology of Saman Ekpa.
So lastly, before I let you go, do you think with all this you said, do you think Bianca can succeed now that the Finnish government has blocked her?
Like I said before, they blocked her according to their law, okay, and according to their constitution, okay. At the same time, according to the law of the EU and the NATO, of which Finnish government are partnering with.
Okay.
Are you getting me? Because there are laws that governs them, and that same law was one of the reasons why Mazen Namdekano was not kidnapped in London.
Okay.
If the British make sure that they secure and they protect Mazen Namdekano until when he left their country, their territory, because they know that if such a thing should happen, it will bring a serious mess, dent to their what? To their face.
Okay, Baba, so we say a big thank you to you. Thank you for always coming out to all of this place. Can you like, share, subscribe for your time?
Comments. It's very, very important.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
So there is no smoke without fire.
Sure.
The Fulanis are in panic. There have been a lot of rumors that Dr. Ngozi Abuese is set to hold on tomorrow. She'll be holding a closed doors meeting in recognition for the Biafra struggle, and the Fulanis have told the petitioned the American embassy not to hold any meeting with Bianca with Dr. Abuese, saying that one Nigeria is sacrosanct and nobody can divide Nigeria. At all what she's doing it for her own selfish interest and to make money. That Biafra died. That's it. Biafra died. He did. Jim Ojukwu died. Pastor, how can you get sir?
Good morning, good afternoon, good night, and good evening, wherever you are watching us from. I remain one and the only that Biafran evangelist, Benjamin Johnson, SST. My beloved brother, these Fulanis, look at them, they behave like their name. Fools. Yes, they behave like their name. Fools. They are what? Fools, because they are not educated. That is why they look Finnish. The country that they can control or they will issue warning or give instruction, they look at it Finnish, they are talking to America. Believing that America will not do what? Listen to them. You see how foolishly they are? No minding the kind of person that is a president in position. Donald Trump. Is he somebody like Donald Trump that you are expecting to pay attention to fools? He cannot give attention to fools. He give attention to those who are wisdom and who merit it and who have something to present. Like Ngozi Orakwe, Biafrans, you can start it from our leaders. Go from the onset. Go and check the caliber of the people that started Biafra. The person of Ojukwu, very sharp, eloquent, very, very eloquent, and the hot. Come again, somebody like Mazen Nandekano, can any lawyer face Mazen Nandekano in the whole federation? Have you ever seen any foolish man called Fulani? Excuse me, I know what I'm saying. Why I didn't mention Owazirike is this. Owazirike, I'm not saying Owazirike is not well lightened, but Owazirike betrayed us. He collect money, he sold Biafra in the hands of the Fulanis, and they walk away. So when I'm talking of Biafran heroes, when I'm mentioning it, he is not there. That's why I don't mention him. Okay, we didn't recognize him. Okay, and that is why he remains silent up to tomorrow over this matter. So as I was saying before, you now cut me off. Look at somebody like Mazen Nandekano. In the history of Nigerian Fulani, the foolish people, have you ever seen somebody from Fulani that is as brave, as brilliant, as eloquent as Mazen Nandekano? Have you ever? No. In the entire generation of Usman Dofodio down to this day, have you seen anyone? Then is it somebody? Have you seen somebody that is as brave, as gallantly as Simon Ekpa in the axis of the Fulanis, if not for their criminal acts, criminal activities that the Nigerian government is supporting them, backing them up, one on one, all alone, they know as they go. We go chop them clean mouth. We don't chop them before the British come to help. Chop them clean mouth. And as I'm talking to you, I'm still using this opportunity to tell all of them that all those who Fulani ones that they planted as a leader in the southeast, time is coming, we go take our land. Time is coming. We are taking our property by fire, by force. Are you taking it with the consent of the governors? I will take it with the concept of Mazen Nandekano, concept Saman Ekpa, concept Ngozi Orakwe, concept of the men on the ground. We are taking it because it is our right, it is our own. You understand me? So let me tell you, Orakwe is a woman that have a good reputation before the congressmen and before the Americans and before the cabinet of America. You will agree with me that Susie Willie, you remember Susie Willie? Yes. Susie Willie, who partnered with Mazen Nandekano in 2014, the lobbyists have become the chief of armed staff of where? Of America, of which what we and I are doing today is what she's aware of. And she being a woman, she too herself have checked the career, the credentials of Ngozi Orakwe, and how long the woman has been staying there and her participation in various meetings, the impact that she has played in different meetings in different countries. They decided to give her an audience regard to this Biafran struggle. And that was what prompted America to allow her to establish that Washington D.C. Biafran embassy. And as I speak to you, I told you before, there is going to be a serious rally. In America, in Washington D.C. all over, we are covering that place, and the go ahead has been given to us. And as I speak to you, Nigeria think and they believe that the house is Musa Boko or whatsoever. When the Mboge Ruru, so don't you? And I told her, so what can ask Google the meaning? Are you hearing me? Nwa for Cambo, Biafra Cambo. But do you hear there is a video that I don't know? Men on the ground in Russia. And the young man came up and said they are in Russia and they are there for a purpose and they are helping but for tomorrow. But
But what's the rationale? This one that the Fulanis are opposing this struggle. They are opposing this Biafra struggle and this Biafra agitation. Why are they scared of the Igbos?
Yeah, they are need to be scared, and they are very scared. They know the importance of the Igbos in Nigeria, and they know that anything that makes Igbos to exist in Nigeria, there will be no Nigeria.
Anything that makes Igbos.
When you are talking about Nigeria, you are referring to Igbos. Anything you pull out, once Igbos you pull out of Nigeria, there will be no Nigeria again.
Really?
Of course, I'm telling you, and I beat my chest. I know what I am saying. I have the confidence of it. The resources that you are enjoying today, that made the Fulanis to fold their hand, go to Hausa land, they fold their hand, they enjoy every 60% of the income that enter the country. They borrow money. The other time during Muhammad the Buhari tenure, do you know how much they give to Nigeria? 60% of it, the Northerners only enjoy it. They are now distribute their Kaba, leave that in. When Nigeria, when Biafra depart, you see that there will be they will change the name of Nigeria. Remember they tried to change it to UROS one certain time under Muhammad Buhari. When Lai Muhammad was the Minister of Information, you remember? Good and fine. They will soon change it.
So, Pastor, now, what did you think? Now, how is Dr. Ngozi getting this connection for her to hold a closer meeting with some delegate in America?
Yes.
Don't you think that will serve as panic to the federal government of Nigeria, sir?
Of course, it should pass a panic, and at the same time, they're already panicking, and they must panic. Why? Because I said this thing before. Whether Bola Ahmed Tinubu like it or not, to sign this Biafra, to recognize us or not, time will come when international forces that is higher than him will come. Of which the congressmen have already told Donald Trump that he should revoke the constitution of 18th century, 17th centuries back to America, whereby if the other, like in this case of Nigeria now, leaving Biafra, they refuse. America will now have right as the number one to go and do what and declare a nation in any country.
Is it possible?
Yes. That's why I give you the centuries, the constitution that are bad. Go and do your findings. The congressman reminded it to Donald Trump to vote that law back. And let me tell you, the congressmen, the Zionists, they were in Nigeria in 2024, Enugu to be precise, and they make some verifications. They verify some things that is happening in the southeast, and they went back and they dropped a note to Donald Trump, a note to Joe Biden, a note to UN. What was written on that note is this: there is a place in Nigeria in the southeast.
Ebumana ege edaluli ne nkunu siwe na n'onu ụbọchị nke taa na Eastern News 24 bụ ebe anyị si were wetara nya bụ nnukwu ozi gbasara maka ya bụ ife na-emenụ ka efi were ikwu gbasara maka ya bụ ife ndị anyị wetara n'ụbọchị nke taa n'iru akwụkwọ ka emesịa.